And a warm welcome to the program. I'm Melinda Kinlami. Coming up today, Nigeria Labour Congress begins two-day strike against high cost of living. Protests hold in Sokoto, Kano, Kaduna, and other northwest states. Pharmacists in Kano State meet with Minister of Health, Professor Ali Pate, seek new reforms in the health sector. The national leadership of the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, have embarked on its protest over the increasing cost of living, poverty and insecurity across this country. Many affiliate unions of the NLC, including the Nigerian Union of Teachers, National Union of Textile and Garment Workers of Nigeria, National Union of Electricity Employees, participated in the protest today. In Sokoto State, the NLC state chairman led other union leaders and members to protest about the present economic situation in the country, describing it as challenging, while calling for an urgent intervention from the federal government. The rally started from the state secretariat of the union, with members carrying placards and marching through major streets till they got to the Sokoto State Government House, where they made their grievances known.
Speaker, as a result of attitudes of some unprotected traders who engage in hoarding as well as exporting food items grown from the state to neighboring Niger Republic. Investigations have revealed that these two attitudes have been responsible for the current hardship facing by our people. It is on that ground we met with Mr. President and we discussed how best we can reduce
Kaduna State, the members moved around the capital city amidst tight security, carrying placards and banners with various inscriptions. The protesters marched along the major roads in Kaduna metropolis with a call on the federal government to urgently intervene over the current economic crisis in the country and reverse some of its anti-people policies. Leading the protest, the national president of the Textile Workers Union of Nigeria, Mr. John Adaji, and the Kaduna State NLC chairman, Mr. Ayuba Suleiman, both berated the federal government for introducing policies and reforms that have further impoverished the people.
This is a protest with simple message. We are saying there is hunger in the land, there is insecurity in the land, and people are not happy. These are the three messages. And you can see even from the description of our banner, it's the simple message we are sending. So we are doing this protest, not a strike, to tell the world and tell the government and the elites of Nigeria that the masses, the downtrodden, the workers are really facing hardship. The inflation is all over, and you can see, coupled with that, there is an insecurity in the country, which makes life very difficult for the masses. This is the simple message, and this is what we have said and what we continue saying. 100%, you can see the turnout is appreciative, and we're going to do the same. We're going to even have more crowd tomorrow, God willing.
It's a similar scenario in Kano State as members of the Nigeria Labour Congress and partner civil society groups embarked on rallies to protest the high cost of living across the country. Protests were held in major roads in the state.
We are here because the NUJ is an affiliate union under the umbrella of the Nigerian Labour Congress. In Kano, we have 39 unions that are affiliated to the NLC, which the NUJ is one. And as you can see, it's a directive that we get from the national body of the NLC, and indeed also from the national headquarters of the NUJ, to be part of this process to protest the hardship being experienced by Nigerians. Well, the mass virtually is it cuts across all sectors of human endeavor. What we are demanding is for at least Nigerians to have super, for Nigerians to have relief, so that they will have a decent living. The situation has gotten worse. That living it's very hard these days.
The specificities is that all of you are fully aware of the situation of our country today. Higher cost of foods, higher cost of living, and everything in Nigeria is on a higher cost. The life generally is very, very highly. Today the living wage, which is the 30,000 naira, cannot even buy a bag of rice. Today, a bag of Indomie, a packet of Indomie is 18,000 naira in our own country. Where are we today? Where is the living wage? Where is the minimum wage of 30,000 naira? So that is why the leadership of the Nigerian Labour Congress took a decision to come out in mass with all the citizens and all the leadership of the various industrial unions in Kano State in making sure that we protest the outrage hardship Nigerians and the insecurity that Nigerians are facing in our country. It doesn't have any implication. We are all one. Together we are one with TUC. For them to opt out, they have their own reason, and the reason is best known to them. So.
To other stories now, the Katsina State Police Command, in collaboration with the military, have rescued 10 victims along the Kuka-Babangida to Yangaya feeder road in the state. This occurred on Sunday, the 25th of February, after a joint patrol team, while on routine patrol along the feeder road, came under serious fire by some suspected bandits in their numbers, armed with dangerous weapons such as AK-47 rifles. A statement issued to Channels Television's correspondent on Tuesday by the police spokesperson, ASP Abubakar Aliyu, noted that the operationally competent patrol team promptly returned fire and succeeded in foiling the attack and rescued 10 kidnapped victims. The statement adds that the State Commissioner of Police, CP Aliyu Musa, commended the officers' exceptional display of gallantry, urging the residents to continue to support the command as well as other security agencies with timely information for quick and decisive action against all forms of crime and criminality in the state. He further restated the command's commitment to ensuring a safer Katsina state. Victims of the recent attack in Nasarawan Zumi, the headquarters of Zumi local government area of Zamfara state, are appealing to the federal and state governments for humanitarian assistance to cushion the hardship being experienced as a result of the incident. They made the appeal while narrating their ordeal to Channels Television in Zumi town. The victims also called for better security in order to prevent further attacks from the terrorists.
The recent attacks by bandits in certain parts of Nasarawan Zurmi, the administrative center for the Zurmi local government area in Zamfara state, has left the affected individuals with the grim aftermath. Among those profoundly impacted are families who have endured the loss of cherished relatives, homes and means of sustenance, finding themselves in a precarious situation requiring urgent assistance to rebuild their shattered lives and navigate the psychological scars left by the traumatic events. These are some of the victims. They are seeking sustenance from the provisions donated by a non-governmental organization operating within the state.
I am really happy. May God bless them abundantly. We thank them very much. We are calling on the government to help us. We are really in trouble in Zamfara. We, the poor Zamfara state people, are in serious trouble and difficulties.
We went from house to house, especially those whose houses were razed by fire. We assessed their losses. We will not be able to provide them what God can do for them because of what this group have decided to do for them. We are grateful.
The victims are urging the government to implement strengthened security measures to prevent future attacks and guarantee their safety and well-being. They are demanding decisive steps to dismantle the criminal syndicates behind the violence and to bring back peace and stability to their community.
From the beginning up to the ending of the attacking, no any response from the army. It's only police and Askarawa, that is the Askarawa and Zamfara. Those are the people that do their best to see that they pursue this bandit.
At the time when the armed bandits invaded our house and they met me in my room and rustled my cattle and items I bought for my daughter, they started looking for my husband. We told them he was not around. He went out and they vowed to kill him if he returned. That is why I called on the government to protect us and allow us to live in peace.
Governor Dauda Lawal has provided assurance to the victims, affirming that relief materials were dispatched promptly following the attack. The governor conveyed this message during his visit to the Zermi and Nasarawan Godol communities, demonstrating solidarity with those impacted by the recent calamity.
My message to all of you is government will never relent in our effort to make sure we provide adequate security for all our people in this committee as well as the entire Zamfara state by the grace of God.
No fewer than 500 victims of the attack benefited from the food items distributed, which comprised rice, millet, maize and cooking oil, among others.
Staying with security matters, the Kaduna State Vigilance Service says it has deployed about 2,500 personnel to rural communities under the Safe Schools initiative as part of measures to curb the menace of banditry and protect students and teachers from all forms of attacks. Speaking during the deployment, the commander of the State Vigilance Service, Brigadier General Umar Ibrahim, retired, says Governor Uba Sani is determined to stop the continuous attacks and kidnap incidents that have become a norm in rural communities.
Kaduna has been plagued by a near-decade-old insecurity orchestrated by bandits, kidnappers, terrorists, and other criminal elements, just like most states in the northern region. Among the worst-hit places are Chikum, Kacha, Igabi, Kajuru, Kauru, Giwa, Beningwari, and Zangan Katev local government areas, where many communities have been sacked, lives lost, and socio-economic activities drastically disrupted. In most cases, the bandits take advantage of vulnerability of the communities to attack the schools and abduct students, as well as teachers, with little or no resistance from security agencies. To curb the menace of banditry, especially in these vulnerable communities, the Kaduna State Vigilance Service has launched a program tagged Safe Schools Initiative, aimed at protecting the students and teachers against all forms of attacks. The commander of the service, Brigadier General Umar Ibrahim, says 2,700 vigilante personnel will be deployed to protect the schools across Kaduna State, in addition to others that have been sent to protect primary health centers and government facilities.
2,729 personnel are involved in Operation Safe School. 300 are involved in taking care of the primary healthcare facilities within the states. And 1,888 are involved in securing the ministry, department, and agency within the state.
According to the commander, the recruitment of 7,000 youths into the vigilance outfit is another step by the governor to enhance security in order to give the people greater confidence as they go about their legitimate businesses.
Already within his 100 days in office, the executive governor recruited 7,500 personnel
in addition to the existing 7,000, you can see 14,500 is not a small number. So we are many and we are ever ready to do that.
Due to the lingering insecurity, a vast majority of residents are lending their voices to the demand for the establishment of a state police, which they believe will play a vital role in addressing the nation's security challenges.
I believe strongly that if government will train these people they want to bring in, and then make them look like, because I think we have lesser policing in this country. But if those ones are trained and educated within a space of time, they will do well.
I believe if the government come by good welfare, good package, and training and engrafted them into the state policing, I think it will go a long way.
The government should allow this state police. State police is the best way for us to go.
In clamoring for state police, the residents appeal that members of the Vigilance Service be integrated into the Security Command due to their vast knowledge of community policing, so they'll operate according to the constitutional provisions and legal frameworks of the country.
Welcome back. The NLC have embarked on its protest over the increasing costs of living, poverty and insecurity across the country. Now let's get more on the NLC protest in Kano State. Our correspondent Sadiq Ilyasu has details.
The Nigerian Labour Congress Kano State chapter has joined in the nationwide protest along with other unions like ASU, Nurses Association, NUJ, NUT, among others. The protest, which began at the race course, ended at the government house where both parties addressed newsmen.
After issuing our intention to embark on this protest, federal civil servants were paid their wage awards for 4 months in 5 days. What a cruel system. Does it mean that the money was there? Does it mean that the government have the capacity to pay them and it did not? Yes. Your Excellency, we sincerely reject the way and manner workers are treated in Nigeria. If the money is there and they were not paid until when there were threats that we are going on the street, that means the willpower is not there. The intent of giving people that money to cushion the effect of the fuel subsidy is not there. Does it mean we were deceived?
We have received your letter. We have heard the content of the letter, and the government will, inshallah, deliver the letter to Mr. President for actions on issues raised in the letter. On the issues of wage award, which you have been mentioning, with you and us, we met, we agree on what you have said to yourself, and inshallah, plans are underway to very soon attend to that request.
The protest ended peacefully with police and other security agencies providing a cover to the protesters. The organized labor also plan to come out for a similar protest tomorrow. Sadiq Ilyasu, Channel Television News.
The Katsina State government says it's ready to tackle the spread of outbreaks, especially diphtheria, cholera, and cerebrospinal meningitis across the state. According to the Executive Secretary of the State Primary Healthcare Agency, Dr. Shamsuddin Yahaya, over 3,000 children have been given the diphtheria reactive vaccination across the 34 local government areas in an effort to save lives. In a joint media briefing held at the agency's office, Dr. Yahaya called on parents and caregivers to be more vigilant and proactive, especially in protecting their children against the virus by ensuring that every eligible child is taken to the nearest hospital for vaccination right from birth.
Specifically in Kenke local government, whereby we vaccinated over 3,000 children so as to save their lives. And this is the situation as it regards to diphtheria outbreak in the state. How do we prevent our children from getting diphtheria is ensure that every eligible child right from birth should be taken to the hospital for vaccination. You know, we start from at birth up to when the child is 1.5 years, 15 months. So it's a series of vaccination schedule that we have. So we expect, we are calling on parents to make sure that all eligible children are taken for immunization. And for those that develop any of the symptoms, go to the nearest health facility. In all the LGAs, we have primary healthcare facilities, secondary healthcare facilities, but the primary healthcare facilities are the closest to the people. So it is very important that we take any child that comes with fever, cough, neck swelling, difficulty in swallowing, and other symptoms, should go to the nearest health facility. They will know what to do. If they cannot offer any treatment, they will refer to the next level. So this is our call, and parents should be vigilant.
Selling Katsina, but away from health issues, the state government has offered to support micro, small and medium enterprises leveraging on technology, mostly run by women. The State Commissioner for Women Affairs, Honorable Zainab Musawa, stated this in a two-day trade fair tagged Katsina Vendors Ramadan Shopping Spree, which is the first of its kind in the state. She described technology as the new window for businesses to succeed, adding that government will do everything possible to harness the data on the existing talents in the state with a view to boost it.
As part of measures to cushion the effect of the economic downturn, the Katsina state government is coming up with lots of palliative measures. This two-day trade fair, tagged Katsina Vendors Ramadan Shopping Spree, is another window for people to afford items at a cheaper rate. The prices of commodities have been deliberately slashed for low-income earners to benefit, and for the upcoming women vendors who have passion in businesses to have visibility and network.
So we decided to bring down the rate of the foodstuff, the prices. We've decided to bring them very low for people to be able to afford and buy. Starting from foodstuff, provision, raw meats, kids' wears, adult wears, kitchen essentials, and so on. It's not every day that you get to see this. So the ability to be able to experience this and provide support as well, and see how as a government we can come in to support this type of enterprise is very encouraging.
The State Commissioner for Women Affairs, Honorable Zainab Musawa, is at the trade fair venue to see the various talents brought by the women and how government can support them.
We will try as much as we can to support these businesses, leveraging on technology, because technology is the new window for businesses to thrive.
The Katsina state government has also inaugurated and sworn in Special Task Force Committee on Food Security Promotion that will be monitoring prices of grains as well as sanctioning hoarders and illegal movement of food items and other essential commodities.
Force upon any premises used in hoarding grains and dispose such items as appropriate values.
On February the 9th, 2024, the Governor, held an expanded emergency security stakeholders meeting at the council chamber. We attributed the lingering price increase in foodstuff to traders, mostly grain dealers, exporting various food commodities to neighboring Niger, Mali, and some parts of Libya, and he emphasized that it will no longer be tolerated.
The Kebbi state government says it has settled the debts owed the West African Examination Council, WAEC, amounting to over 1 billion naira. The monies were payments for the registration of indigents for the WAEC examination. The Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Dr. Jinadu Bello Marshall, who handled the resolution of the debt issue, reiterated the government's commitment towards ensuring the rights of citizens are protected. He was speaking at the 2024 ministerial press briefing organized by the Kebbi State Ministry of Information and Culture, where some of the ministry's achievements in the last 8 months were highlighted. while the State Commissioner for Information and Culture says the briefing is aimed at enhancing transparency in the governance of Kebbi State.
There are a lot of garnishee orders against the accounts of the Kebbi State governments. At a point, we realized that about 33 accounts of the Kebbi State government were freezed by about 11 different financial institutions, and it became a source of worry to the ministry and to the government of Kebbi State. But with the intervention of His Excellency through the Ministry of Justice, we renegotiated, we invited all the people that had one pending issue or the other with the Kebbi State government. We re-invited them, sat down at the negotiation table, renegotiated the terms with them, and in the end, we arrived at a win-win situation. Of interest is the issue that has to do with the students of about 169 students of Kebbi State, which some of them currently are medical doctors, pharmacists, lawyers along the line. But their certificates, their original certificates, SSC certificates, were withheld by the school because of the outstanding debts that have not been settled by the Kebbi State government. And His Excellency believed that the importance of those students who are now important citizens of the state cannot be jeopardized. And His Excellency approved for the payment of over 1 billion to as outstanding balance to collect the certificates of those students from the school. And we had already collected same, and we are at the verge of sending it to all the affected students from the state courtesy of His Excellency.
That's the program today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Melinda Akinlami.